Hi guys, welcome back to Twisted Stitches. My name is Tammy. How is everybody doing? It is Friday. It is time for my podcast. On my podcast, I talk about crochet, knit, yarn, fiber arts, anything fiber arts related. And of course, y'all know I throw in a little bit of what was going on this week, what happened, yada yada. I like to do a little update, kind of catch up with you guys, you know. I love keeping in touch with you guys. I love reading your comments. I love this community, guys. So I want to thank everybody who has been commenting on last week's podcast. I know I haven't responded to every single one of the comments, and I'm very sorry. If I have hearted your comment, I have read it. Okay, so I have read all the comments. I will try to, when I can, here and there, get into the comments again and respond, even if it's just a little hi, thanks, whatever, you know, just so you know, I am reading them. As a matter of fact, I've been reading about how in Canada, some of y'all are having snow. Lisa's had snow. Darla said that it was cold, but it was getting warm, getting up to 54 degrees Fahrenheit. So she's not sure how she's going to handle that warm spell. I know a lot of you who are in the South, like me, some in Texas and stuff. You said you're finally getting a little bit cooler. Here in Florida, we are looking at a possible tropical storm coming. Right? Like never, guys, never. I have been in Florida since 1984, and I can't remember a November that we ever worried about a tropical storm or anything like that. I cannot remember. Now, I haven't looked at the history or the weather history or anything like that to see if there has been, you know, where people are like, you know, we had a hurricane or a tropical storm or something like that in November. November 30th is the official end of hurricane season here in Florida. And usually by the end of September, we're all kind of like done, over with. We don't got to worry about anything because October, very rare. If something does develop in October, it usually stays down by, you know, the what do they call them, the Lesser Antilles, and it usually doesn't even make it up into the Caribbean, really, because we start getting these cool fronts that come down and they just kind of dissolve it, push it away, and get rid of it. I cannot believe this. I'm just like, I'm in shock. I cannot believe it. So tonight, I have to go for a little bit of a motorcycle ride because tomorrow's supposed to start to get yucky, and then we have a lot of yucky weather, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get out on my bike for at least 4, 5, 6 so days. So after I'm done here, I am going to go for a small bike ride just to enjoy the evening before the yucky weather comes. Today's podcast, just so you know, maybe a little tiny bit late. Hopefully it gets up before Saturday morning, you know, like in the middle of the night, Friday night. I can't make any promises, and I know you won't see this until I upload it, so I'm, you know, talking for the future, so you all know why. Yesterday, my daughter asked me if I could watch my youngest grandbaby, Riley, who is going to be 2 years old this month, actually the end of this month, in just a couple of weeks. Yikes. So, because they were signing paperwork at the lawyer's office to purchase their first home, and, you know, they didn't want to have to worry about a 2-year-old, you know, being in the lawyer's office, driving them crazy while they're trying to concentrate on what they had to sign. So, congratulations to my daughter and my son-in-law, and of course my granddaughter, who bought their first home today, officially, yay. And I am wearing my Grandma Life t-shirt. You know why? Well, first, I like this t-shirt. I think it's cute, and I even like the color. Amazing, huh? But, sorry, my hair is driving me nuts today. I went and I had my daughter take her to the park, and I met them at the park, and I'm going to tell you something. If you're feeling really great and you're older like I am, and all of a sudden you're having those days that you're like, I still feel young and spry and really great, you know what'll fix that? Real quick, fast, and in a hurry? Take a 1.5 to 2-year-old to the park and don't have anybody there to help you run after them. and do it for almost 2 hours of Maga lift me, Maga slide, Maga swings, Maga chasing after her, Maga. Oh, I'm Maga, by the way. She can't call me grandma. So we realized about 6 months ago, I thought she was calling me mama, and I was like, no, I'm grandma. And then she went, Maga. And I went, oh, so I'm Maga. So some of my granddaughters can't say grandma. It comes out dama or drama. And this one right now, I'm Maga. So, but I had to go down a slide that was made for little children's behinds, not a heavy set old ladies behind. I was climbing up steps and I was chasing her because she was doing fun things like climbing up stairs that had no railings and just dropped. You know how that goes in a playground. I was like, oh, I was nervous wreck. One time, oh my goodness, there was another little boy there who was probably, I don't know, maybe 15, 16 months old, toddling around. And she's a very loving little girl. She loves, she's that kind of person. She went up and gave him a hug, but she gave him a hug as they were on the stairs going up to the slide. And both of them started to tumble because she had him in a bear hug, and he was hugging on her, and they both started to go off the stairs. Me and the mother of the little boy went running, grabbing them. I mean, we were there, but you're like standing here, and all of a sudden I go, we can grab. But anyway, by the time I got home, I needed a little bit of relaxation time before I started filming. So like I said, that's why it'll be a little bit late tonight. So anyway, but I do read your comments. I'm jumping all over the place, but I do read your comments. When I was talking last week about my fuzzy yarn situation that I'm not very happy about, I did have three, three great suggestions from my wonderful family out there. One of them was from Jackie Knits. She said, why don't you make a couple of throws, or maybe, I could probably make one or two small, I guess like lap type throws, and then donate it to an animal shelter, because they need blankets all the time. And that's great. If it fuzzes up, so what? Dogs are going to fuzz up a blanket. Even if you make it out of really good yarn, they're going to. My dogs do. My dogs are constantly doing that thing and trying to get the pillows and blankets just right, because it's their bed, Excuse me for getting in my blankets and disturbing them. You know how that goes. And then, so thank you for that, Jackie. Deborah Walker had stated, why don't you make a wall hanging? And then you can stiffen it by soaking it in like a glue water mixture. It won't fuzz anymore, and I can make like something to design, like maybe something that I could crochet around a ring, or like a mandala or something like that. So that's a good idea. Could I use, instead of using glue and water to stiffen it up, can I use fabric starch to get it to be stiffened? Because she had said that if you use glue and water, that it takes a really long time to dry. So I started thinking, well, couldn't I use maybe a fabric starch? So let me know if I could use a fabric starch to do something like that. And then Michelle Langdon had said you could make just some fuzzy slippers, because everybody likes fuzzy slippers and they're going to fuzz anyway. So those are three great suggestions. Now, here's what I got to ask you guys. So we have animal throw or something, or a throw for an animal shelter. I have make a wall hanging, or make some slippers out of it. Now, this is all I have. So I don't have, I don't think I could do all three. So I would like you guys to vote. What one would you like me to do? So in the comments down below, either put animal blanket, wall hanging, or slippers. And then I will tally up who had the most votes, and then that's what I will do. So it's up to you guys what I'm going to do with that yarn. So there you go. I'm not going to throw it away, and I'm not going to donate it, because the way I thought about with the donating it, it's kind of like donating something you don't like, and then somebody who needs it or wants to use it. If I'm going to donate yarn, I'm going to at least get like maybe Karen Simply Soft, or a decent brand, even if it was Red Heart Super Saver. I know Red Heart Super Saver is a good, sturdy, durable yarn. That's what I would donate. So like this, I wouldn't donate that, because I would feel bad, because if somebody, you know what I'm talking about, guys? Can you understand? It's like buying a can of generic peas to donate to the food pantry when I would only eat Green Giant peas, you know? So if I only eat Green Giant peas, I'm going to buy Green Giant peas and donate that. Does that make sense? That's how I am. I don't know. That's the way I am. I'm weird. Anyway, so yeah, so I just, like I said, I wanted to let you know. Also, I do read your comments, so I am reading them. You guys are talking about the trick-or-treaters, because I asked about that. And we did have one person, let's see, KO Crafts by Kelly told me that she had a ton of trick-or-treaters, that I think she said she ran out of candy. Wow, I haven't had stuff like that for forever. And I miss it, because I always loved answering the door and like seeing the little kids and being like, you know, the cute little kids all dressed up. And then like if they're older, you know, closer to 10, 11, 12, trying to scare them a little bit, doing something to scare them or spook them or something. That's how I am. I miss that. But anyway, so that's some of the stuff that I wanted to catch up with. I wanted to talk about this week. I have some progress done on the 3 items that I showed you last week. No, I didn't get to actually finish any one of them. One of the reasons why, beyond just being busy in life in general, doing, you know, life stuff, you know, like today I went and babysat my granddaughter, so I didn't have time to crochet, knit, or anything like that. And that's fine. My granddaughter comes first before anything else. So this week though, I thought I was gonna have a little bit more time, because I knew I had one appointment on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, we were like, okay, the day is going to kind of be shot. We actually took the motorcycles to the appointment. I just enjoyed the day. I wasn't really worried about it. That evening, I did do a little bit of crocheting, but it was one of those situations where I was sitting up in bed and I fell asleep crocheting. So that was, you know, I didn't do as much as I thought I was going to do. No big deal. So it was Tuesday afternoon, and I believe we had stopped to get something to eat after the appointment. We did like a early dinner type thing, Taco Bell, some barfy place like that. But anyway, it is what it is, right? You know, sometimes you're hungry when you're out and you're like, you know what, $5, and I get some food. It'll work. Anyway, so as we were sitting there, I checked my phone, because, you know, of course, my phone, I don't have my phone on me while I'm riding. My phone sits in my my saddlebags, in my purse, and the only time I see my phone is when we stop. I'll check it and see what's going on, type thing, blah, blah, blah. So I checked my phone, and there's a message, and it's like, don't forget about the appointment tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And it was in Brandon, which is an hour and a half on a good no traffic day to get there. So, you know, you're talking about an hour and a half there, an hour and a half back. The appointment, waiting on the appointment, blah, 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 yada, yada. So that did kind of kick that day a little bit in the butt. I actually did bring work with me, which I told you I wasn't doing, but this particular office, I've been there before, and they don't allow a lot of people in there. So I brought it and I put it in, I actually had put it in the bag that Laura from Mad Mimi had given me. That this is a Ella No Catchy Name bag. which I love. I love. And yes, I do use my bags. There's my other bag over there. And a lot of times in that bag, I've had the corner to corner blanket. But that bag there, soon, real soon, is going to have some knitting in there. My knitting. For me. So anyway, I did get a little bit more done on, let me see. Oops. Yikes. On my granddaughter's, Riley, the one I watched today's blanket, the ombre rippled blanket that I'm using this Voltrum My Melody yarn with, which this is one of those yarn of the month clubs, which I do believe is in a playlist. This was one of those mystery yarn of the month clubs that you can get, and actually she does, just for GPs, just to let you know, if you go on My Melody, which I'll leave the link in the description box for you guys, she does already have her mystery yarn of the month club with her inspirational photo and stuff. I'm not getting it. Like I said, I am on kind of a yarn buying hiatus, not ban, a hiatus. I do have a couple yarn of the month clubs that I am keeping, and but I decided not to do this one. I figured if I do definitely want to get some more of this, which I do like it, I want to just pick out my colors on this particular one. Reason being is, here is now I want to show you, this is I'm making it a very long blanket because I want it to be good for her for a little while, for long enough. I didn't want it, look, it's almost my arm span. Oh, that's a cute look. It's almost my arm span. So I chained 192 chains because this is a fingering weight yarn. So I did this particular, this is 192 stitches in each row. So it takes a while to get a row done. I did get 4 and a half rows. Remember, I had that half a row. So I got 4.5 rows done this week. And I am finally I saw where I'm getting a little bit of a color change. See there? Can you see this particular row I was working on, this last row that I was working on? I finally am seeing a little bit of the deepening of the colors. It went from there, with these, there's 4 strands, 4 threads in this. And this particular area here had 3 of this, like, I'll see peachy beige color with 1 thread of the darker peach color, or apricot. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. So then this one here, when I finally got to it, I found, and had that little baby knot like that we're talking about. It does talk about that, how the threads are put together with a little knot that is not noticeable and you can work it right in, which is the truth. I worked it right over. I didn't do anything with the knot. I just left it, and you can't tell in this. But digressing, it finally had 2 strands of the deeper apricot and 2 strands of the lighter beigey peach color. So I'm thinking to myself, I did this much before I finally got a color gradation change. And obviously I've got to do about this much more before it changes to, like, I guess 3 strands of the deeper apricot and 1 strand of the light peach, and then that much more again before you get the full effect. I'm guessing, the way I'm looking at it in this particular thing here, can you see, like, it just seems like it's light forever before it finally gets a little bit darker. And it seems like I'm just not going to have that much of this purple. Maybe I'm mistaken. I don't know. Of course, we'll know when the blanket's done. I'll be able to I will give you more of my opinion on this particular cake that I got that, I'm not saying I'm unhappy with it, but I think, like I said with this, I think I'd rather pick my colors so I get the gradation that I prefer. Make sense? I hope that makes sense. So anyway, this is how much I got done of her blanket. And of course, what I do as much as possible is I will spend so much time on one project, so much time on another project, yada yada. That's how I've been doing it. So let me show you. Now, I should have had this done. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. By every instance, it should have been done. You know, the hat that I was working on, that I was making out of the Hobby Lobby, 100%. I love this cotton yarn. Well, I will show you. Sorry. So here's the little ball that I balled up. This is how much yarn that I ripped back. Well, plus some, because I worked on it a little bit more. I was making this hat, and I did the increases the correct way. I've made hats this way from the top down. This is not my first go around. This is not my first rodeo with a top down hat with making standard increases and stuff like that. And if you remember, I had said that I did the crown diameter until it reached 7 1/4-ish, which by the Craft Yarn Council is about the size that you need it to fit an adult male's head. Okay. Now, the amount of rounds that I had before I got to that was 7 rounds. So I did the standard 12 half double crochets to 24, blah, blah, blah. So 7 rounds would have given me, what, 7 times 12 stitches. So I would have had like 84 stitches, you know, as I was going around. Well, I got to a point where I actually first, because I have this too. I'm jumpy. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make sense of it in my head as I'm telling you the story. Where is it? There it is. So I had gotten to a point where I had added in this yellow color to do, remember I told you I was going to do a couple of stripes of yellow, one like right in this area, well right here, and then one like right before the right along the eyebrow, and then I wanted one more of black, you know, that's what I was going to do. So first thing that happened is I put in 2 rounds of half double crochets on this hat, and I didn't like it. So I pulled back 1 row and I said, okay, this is what I want, or 1 round. And I said, okay, this is what I want to do. So with the striping effect, I am only going to do 1 round of the yellow in here. I liked it better. That's how I didn't like the 2 rounds. It was just too much. It was too thick. I wanted a thinner stripe. But after I did the stripe, I looked at the hat and I said, this thing looks big, like it's not gonna fit. Now I hadn't tried it on, you know, whatever. So I looked at it and I went, this thing just looks too big. Now this has been adjusted now. So I went like this, and you see how this is sitting on here on my crown of my head pretty nicely. It's a little bit snug. It feels like when I go a little bit further down, it's going to fit snug, you know, where it's not going to fall off, and it's smooth up around the crown of my head. Well, when I put on, you know, before, it was weird looking, and it was too bulky, and it was too loose, and it looked ugly, actually. It just looked funny. I don't know, it was so funny. So the first thing I tried to do was do some decreases. So I decreased 2 rounds to bring it to like 5 increases if I had gone around and around. So I would have had 60 stitches, and that worked as far as it snugged it up like right in here, but then the top like puffed up like the Pillsbury Doughboy chef's hat, and I was like, oh, this just looks awful. I did not like the way it looked. So I ripped it back, and I ripped it back until I had only I think 6 rounds of increases. Let me see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 rounds of increases. So that would be what, 72 stitches. I don't count my stitches. I'm just going by. So, and it's working. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal was, but like I said, that's what happened with this. It shoulda, woulda, coulda. It would have been done had I made it. I do believe most of the time when I make a top-down hat for an adult male, adult female, I usually have, it seems like 72 is like the magic number for like a 4 weight. So I do believe that most of the time that's the amount of stitches that I use, that I increase to get my hat to be the perfect size. So I did it by measuring the diameter, going by the Craft Yarn Council. For me, it didn't work. I don't know if it's because it's cotton yarn. I don't know what the differences were. I couldn't tell you in a million years, but that's what happened to this. That's why it's not finished. So there's the story of the black hat that wasn't. Not yet anyway. So that is that. Right now it's living in that bag because I'm going to be taking it with me. I'm going to finish this up probably tomorrow. I'll probably finish it up tomorrow and get that done and out of the way. And then the next thing I'm going to finish up is my last work in progress that I'm just going to touch on real quick. I have a question for you guys, and I hope that somebody can answer. Now, I have made 3 corner-to-corner projects. One was a scarf, one was a small blanket, and one was a washcloth. So this is only my second corner-to-corner blanket. And the last time I did a corner-to-corner, I don't even remember how long ago it was, honestly. So when I was getting to the point where I wanted to stop increasing, but I wanted to grow the blanket, you know, lengthwise, and I didn't want it to continue to get wide. When I looked at it originally, I was like, you know, oh, it's plenty big, you know, from here to here. I don't know. It seemed like it was plenty big when I was doing it. But now that I'm at the point where, you know, you decrease, or not decrease, you don't increase on one side and you keep increasing on the other side so you can get a little bit more length to it. Now I'm wondering, did I mess up and not make this part wide enough, guys? I mean, do you think, can you see this? It is 30 squares wide, and I'm kind of like, crap, I feel like maybe I should have made it 40 squares wide. Let me see. It is approximately, I don't have a measuring tape, do I? Of course not. Why would I have a measuring tape when I needed one? Actually, I do have a measuring tape, and I have not measured it. I'm kind of scared to measure it because I don't want to have to tear this back, and I'm hoping I can fudgy this somehow. This blanket is 25 inches. So this is 25 inches right here, okay? Now, I don't know, most baby blankets are like, what, 32, 36-ish? You know, either 36 square or like 32 by 36-ish. So, will having this blanket only being 25 inches this way, you know, but I can continue to increase it here, you know, so it'll be a taller blanket, but it's just not going to be as wide. Is that going to work? Oh my God, please tell me it's going to work, because I will have to rip out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows of this blanket, because I had just stopped the increasing on the one side on my last podcast. So I got 9 rows done this week, which isn't a lot, but anyway. What do you guys think? Will this be okay enough? Or do you think too, like maybe if I wash it and like block it and stretch it a little bit? Because it is a little bit tight. Like I feel like I can maybe get, oh, maybe 3 or 4 more inches. So it would be closer to the 30 inches wide. What do you think, guys? Can I fudge this? Will it work? Will this be all right? Before I work on this anymore, people, especially if y'all have done a lot more corner to corners than I have, can I make this work without having to rip back those 9 rows? Did I say 9? 9, 8, whatever rows. Can I make this work, guys? Please let me know in the comment section, because like I said, I've only done one other corner to corner blanket. I don't even remember. I don't remember how big I made it. I don't remember much about it. It was forever and ever ago. I think it was more than 15 years ago, because it was before I had even met Tom. So there you go. So, and like I said, I made a scarf, and a scarf, you know, was, scarf is a scarf. And I made a washcloth, and that didn't really matter anyway. So help me, guys. Will this be salvageable? Will I be able to keep up on it? Let me know, please, please. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to have to rip it back. I really don't want to have to rip it back. Okay, so that was it. That's all I had for what I've been working on this week. I do know for a fact by next Friday, I know that hat will be done. I know it will be done. I have 100% faith in myself on that. And I am 80% sure that that corner to corner will be done. And I'll definitely have a few more rows on Riley's blanket done. I can't wait to get it done. But, you know, you also got to figure there is almost 200 stitches in each row. And it's a fingering weight yarn. So it is going to take me a little bit longer. So doing like 5 rows on that blanket is like, what, 1,000 stitches? 200 times 5. Yeah, that's 1,000 stitches. Okay, so 2 more little things that I want to talk to you about. You know how I'm always signed up for all the yarn shops, Premier, Lion Brand, all that stuff. Well, one of the places that I'm signed up for is called Deramores, Deramores, something like that. They have this thing going on right now. It's a Crochet Along, and they're giving you a pattern every Friday at 10 a.m. There'll be a new email sent to you with part 1 through 5 of this pattern for this Christmas blanket. And I thought it was really cute. So I did get my, right there, see that? I did get my pattern today, and I downloaded it because it's free, like I said. And every week you'll get another section. Now this week, the section I got had these little gingerbread men in it. And, whoops, did I go too fast? Sorry. It had the little gingerbread men in it. So I'm going to assume that next week, next Friday, I'll have these little baubles. The Friday after we'll have the trees. The Friday after we'll have the reindeer. And then the next Friday after that, we'll have the snowflakes. So it was really cute. It's made kind of the way I make the gingham. You hold you're crocheting with the red, and you're holding the white, and then you'll drop the red and pick up the white to make the motifs. So, well, that's what I gathered. That's what I've read about it. I haven't read the whole thing through yet, all the way through yet, but this is, and they also give you the little graph. They also give you the graph that, so you can make this, you know, if you just want to make a little gingerbread square, you know, like a granny square, make it a little gingerbread. So each week, you know, you'll have a new graph, you know, the one with the baubles, the one with the trees, reindeer, yada, yada, snowflakes, so far. So I just thought I would really like to do this one because I think it's really cute, number one, and I think it would look awesome if you did this with, of course, with the red and the white would look awesome, but I think it would look really cool if I got like a garnet, like a deeper red, or maybe a cranberry, and then maybe even do like with the baubles, maybe do that with like the garnet and green or some other contrasting color, or like silvers. Well, not that silver, but anyway, you know, if you just did it with the white. But I wanted to do it with like a deeper red. Like I said, either cranberry color or something like that. Do you think that the cranberry kind of color and then the white would look really good? And if you do this, are you going to do it with like the bright red, like traditional red for Christmas with the red and white like that? And are you going to do it? Have you thought about it? So if you are, remember, just go on Daramore's, and I will leave the link for Daramore's in my description box also. And I will leave the link that will actually take you straight to this free pattern. So, you know, something that you can think about doing. It's kind of cool because it will be, if you do it for the next 5 weeks, you will have your blanket done before Christmas. It should be done the first week of no. It wouldn't be the first week of December, would it? The last part of the Crochet Along pattern would be delivered on the 4th of December. So I guess they're assuming that each section would only take you approximately maybe a week's worth of work. So then at that point, you could possibly have this pattern done like maybe around the 9th to the 11th of December, which gives you a little bit of time to have it on your, you know, your couch or wherever you want to put it. I don't know. I'm thinking about doing that. I also saw that Yarn Hag Ryan has is it a crochet along that she's doing, or she's just doing another graph? She did the graph with the trees. I saw that today. So that is awesome. That is so cool. I like how she does those graphs. I don't know what y'all are doing for Christmas decorations or anything like that, or if you're making a blanket for Christmas stuff. Let me know what you're doing, what you're working on. Are you working on some kind of Christmas type blanket or something like that, or is there another cowl or make along or something going along that you think I might be interested in? Let me know. Leave it in the comment section. I'd love to hear about it. I know that one of my new subscribers said that they were working on a sweater, but they had to put it to the side because they had to put the sweater to the side because they needed to start working on some Christmas ornaments and things like that. If I got that wrong, I'm sorry, but I did read it, so you know. Anyway, one little last piece of business that I need to touch base with you guys, just so you know, okay? You know how I did the video, and I put it up, for the Yarn of the Month for Mason Creations yarns, that we talked about the stitch marker. First of all, I wanted to say that April, who is subscribed to my channel now, hi April, thank you for subscribing and thank you for the shout outs. She watched the video and she told me that, remember I was saying I thought it was maybe wood or something? It's clay. It was clay. I guess it's like a polymer clay. So you actually might get a better look at it today. It seems like my lighting isn't blowing everything out today. So there is the cute little pumpkin. Now, unfortunately, guys, last month was the last month for October that she was able to do the these are hand sculpted stitch markers. She is just, it's overwhelming right now, guys. You know, between getting the orders ready, orders that she has coming in that are beyond the Yarn of the Month clubs, she's going to be not doing the stitch markers or progress keepers right now. So in November's Yarn of the Month club, guys, you won't be getting a stitch marker, okay, guys? So she hopes that you guys aren't upset or anything about that. And don't be upset. You guys know how much work goes into making these beautiful. I mean, this is a lot of work. You know this is a lot of work. If you have 10 orders of this is a lot of work. If you have even, you know, 5 orders, it's a lot of work. You guys know there's a lot of work to get it done, to wash it, dry it, have it ready at a certain time. You know, she has life too. Life kicks her in the butt sometimes too. So I hope you guys can be sweet and let April know in the comment section that you understand and it's fine, that you're still going to get 2 gorgeous, beautiful hanks. And to you, and to you guys out there who watched my video and ordered from her afterwards, thank you guys so much. And April thanks you so much. She appreciates it a lot, believe me, and I appreciate it. Awesome, guys. You guys are the best. You guys, you're a blessing in my life, and I'm so grateful to you guys being here. Okay, guys, so no more mushiness. So I think that's everything I got to talk about today. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Please, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and biggest thing is stay creative. Let me know in the comment section for those couple of things I asked you about, you know, what we're doing with the yarns, what I should do about the corner to corner. I can really just, you know, and let me know what's going on with you. Crochet alongs, make alongs, anything. Let me know, okay, guys? I'm giving it to you guys this week, okay, guys? So thank you so much for all your love and support. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. Talk to you guys really, really soon. Bye. Love you guys. Bye.